Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well today and welcome to the Art Shack. Alright, so here we go with my third tree tutorial. This probably is the most advanced one I've done up to date. I got a huge response after putting a picture of a similar tree like this on my Facebook page. If you don't follow me on Facebook, there's links down below. Make sure you do that. I post up a lot of stuff on there, a lot of sketches and drawings, just to keep you updated on what I'm doing. Anyway, this tree, I really wanted to get fine in a nitty-gritty detail of it. So right now I'm just drawing the basic sketch of the tree, and I usually do this with a B, 2H, or a 2B pencil, depending upon what I feel like doing, or whatever I grab first. But usually within those three pencils, just to keep things light and so that you can easily erase something out if you happen to mess something up. But the way I start the tree out usually is by the base of the tree, and I'll work out and branch the tree way out. And what you're seeing me do right now is with these different tools, they have sharp points on them, and what they do is they scratch the surface of the paper, so that way when you start shading it in, those areas that were scratched will remain light or white with those marks. And what that helps to do is help to show realistic texture, which is what I really wanted to show with this tree, was the texture to really help it pop. So with the basic sketch done, the next step is the shading, and that's usually the most difficult and time-consuming portion of the drawing. You have to picture in your mind what a three-dimensional object would look like when light is added into the factor. You have to try to imagine what the light would be doing. So if the light is hitting one part of the branch, that opposite side of the branch is obviously going to be in some sort of shadow, unless there's two light sources, which in most situations there isn't, except for the minor case of reflected light. But in this case I don't really have too much of it. So it's mainly just one light source, and with that one light source you're going to have one spot of the tree or one side of the tree that's highlighted, and the other side's going to be shadowed. But then you also have to figure in, with the branches twisting and turning in different directions, they're also going to be casting light and shadow on different areas of the tree. So you got to keep a lot of things in mind, and with a little bit of practice you'll start to figure out what is going on, and you'll get the hang of it. Now that the shading is generally finished, the most time-consuming portion of the drawing is drawing the leaves. It takes a lot longer than shading the tree. But what's funny is I don't draw all the leaves. I just draw what leaves, or like the texture of leaves, look like. And basically what that is, it's just little small circular scribbles. And you just line them up in a way that in the end result it makes the general shape of a bunch of leaves clustered together. So it's a clever little trick to make a realistic tree leaves without actually drawing any leaves whatsoever. So actually kind of what this is, it's really negative drawing, because you're not drawing any of the leaves at all. You're just pretty much drawing all the space in between and around the leaves to create the leaves. It's kind of confusing in thought, but you're pretty much drawing everything but the leaves. Alright, so hopefully you're not completely lost at this point. If you are, I'm sorry, but I kind of build my own methods as I draw, and I kind of stick to them. So if you are completely lost, just maybe backtrack a bit and just really pay close attention to the method of how I'm really doing this, because it's really what it is. It's very simple concepts built up into a very complicated mass scheme of drawing. So it's very simple steps that when all together create a very complicated and dynamic drawing. So it's kind of like taking steps into having a final piece. But when drawing this, start out with about a 2H or a B pencil just to get your light areas going. You want to build up depth. So start out with your light areas, and then go back over it with a B, 2B, and eventually a 4B, and you want to build up the depth, and you want to build up volume within the leaves to show really good depth. And here's a really good tip to make your tree look very realistic. As you're drawing in the bushels of leaves, erase out parts of the branches and stump of the tree, and then replace it with the leaves. And what that will help to do is show that the leaves are overlapping certain areas of the tree. That way, it doesn't look so static. That way it looks like leaves and branches are growing out in different directions, and it really helps to make the tree look three-dimensional rather than flat. So that'll really help to really bring your tree to life and give it a lot of character. And you can actually see me doing that right now. I erased part of the main trunk to add in some leaves, and it really helps to bring in a lot of character, and it makes make the tree look a lot more lifelike. And when you have the basic tree, like you have here, it's just a matter of going back in, adding a few more highlights, some shadows, a little more texture, a few more leaves here and there, and you pretty much got a completed drawing. It's just a lot of patience. It's really what it is. You gotta have the patience to sit there and draw. But if you're like me, I get very impatient sometimes, and I'll draw for maybe 20 minutes or a half hour at a time, and I'll just get it up, walk away, and then I'll come back later and finish it up. So it's just, you gotta be patient with these things, but take your time when drawing. It'll help you a lot. Alright, so here's the final drawing, and I bet you're wondering why there's no base or trunk to the tree whatsoever. Well, next week I'm going to have a tutorial on how to draw realistic grass that's blowing in the wind right in front of it. So make sure you subscribe so you can see that video when I release it. Alright everyone, I'm going to leave you off with that. Hope you learned from this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. It always helps out. And I will see you all later. Take care.